morning, everyone, and it is literally morning. I am sitting in my car here just waiting to go to work. Thought I'd take a few minutes and say, hey, this will be the end of Veganuary. Some of you probably will remain vegan. Some of you may not remain vegan. You have just surpassed a wonderful obstacle. You basically got meat out of your life. What now? What after this? First off, celebrate. You have been a vegan now for a month. If you want to go over that month, then yeah, come along with me for the ride. Join the cult. I know sometimes veganism sounds like a cult. A lot of it is the mystique. People just can't fathom giving up any animal product. I mean, to so many people, that seems like a mysterious thing. But I think you've probably found it easier than not. If you've gone for a month and searched for recipes and searched for things that you can eat, I'm sure that it's gotten better and you found ways to actually make it work for you. What do you expect next? Now what? I haven't been on this road long, but I'm going into about my 4th month now. Probably after the first few days to a week, if you had dairy products into your life, you probably figured out in most cases that you had sinus issues that you didn't know you had, or maybe you did know you had, and those cleared up and went away. Hopefully you found that after a while you had more energy. Hopefully after a while you found that your skin began clearing. Hopefully you've lost a little bit of weight too. Usually, and talking to other vegans, you can pretty much automatically drop anywhere from 10 to 15 pounds. I guess that's actually from toxins built up or something. I mean, something happens and you just automatically drop it. If you're looking to lose weight, you could definitely slow down. And now, don't give up because your body is taking time to adjust. Physically, you may not be losing weight. Or physically, yeah, you may lose weight later. Your body is trying to maintain kind of a homeostasis where it was used to being this weight and now it's not used to being this weight. That could be happening. Also, it's the intake. If you're actually really putting in the calories, it could be genuine weight gain. If you need the weight gain, then it's definitely a good thing. But there are things to watch out for. You can tell if there's a lack of nutrition in one way or another. Study what your vitamins do. I know within myself, because I wanted to alleviate all cholesterol, my skin started getting very dry because I was getting no oil whatsoever. So basically the solution for me, if you're having the same issue, it could be a solution for you. Increase your oils, but make them natural oils. Avocados, nuts, and just things that are known to have fats in them definitely can do the job. I mean, you can stay low fat. You do need fat in your diet. Just kind of incorporate the fats in your diet, but the more natural source, the better. My whole thing about oils is I try to use as few as possible. If I'm cooking a recipe and it just calls for oil for a texture or a flavor, it's good. I'll use just a little bit, whatever is going to achieve that texture or that flavor, but I usually won't use as much as the recipe calls for. If they say call for a tablespoon of oil, you could successfully do a teaspoon and be fine. Once it goes through the press, when they're making oil, it becomes a processed food. So anyway, to keep your food not processed, eat the food itself, not the oil made with it. Olives, wonderful olive oil. Be careful. During this time, if you did have acne, it could have cleared up. And I think we all want to remain healthy, especially since we're doing such what a lot of people would consider a restrictive diet. You want to make sure that you're getting the nutrients that you need. Protein, I'd say that's everybody's biggest worry, but have you ever known anybody with a protein deficiency? Protein is very easy to get. Everybody used to say beans and rice. You eat beans and rice in the day and you get a complete protein. So if you're feeling a little scared, just do that. You probably do feel a little bit healthier right now because you're probably getting more micronutrients from plant-based food. with any health issues that you might be having. Definitely don't think that this is doctor's advice or anything like that. I mean, definitely, and I encourage you to, if you need to, go see your doctor. If you feel anything is missing or you're deficient, get a blood test. If you are deficient in something, figure out a plant-based way to actually correct it. As a matter of fact, you're probably getting more nutrients, like I said before, but I did actually want to include that don't take anything that I say as medical advice. Don't take anything that anybody else tells you as medical advice. If you need to know something for sure, definitely get a blood test. You know, if you happen to have a vitamin D deficiency, you definitely want to know about that, and you want to have that corrected. I mean, I know that I do fight a vitamin D deficiency. With that, you know, I need to get a little more sunlight, or I need to do this or do that. I will not go back to drinking milk. I'll take care of it in a plant-based way. And I did actually want to add that because I know from stats from my doctor before that I do kind of fight that, and I can tell when it's coming on. It just basically in the way that it feels, and I take care of it. I take vitamin D, or I go out and get a little sunlight, and I can tell when it's corrected too. If there's something you don't know about, and there's other things too that may or may not have to do directly with veganism, and if you are going through a health issue, then you want to know about it. I just really felt that this should be put out there. Just keep that in mind. You know, don't take your doctor out of the picture, because it could be something, you could be experiencing something much more serious, and I don't want to discourage you from seeing the doctor, you know, because you think you might missing something vitamin-wise. Just my 2 cents worth. And hopefully there's been many, many wonderful changes in your life. Don't expect that after 30 days that you're going to be completely healed of whatever it is that got you into it. If you did come in for health, it's just the start of it. There's a lot more to look forward to. This is the thing that just really mystifies me, is I figured detox would be, you know, a week-long process and then it would be over. But still, even after 4 months, I'm still going through, and I did some research on it because it concerned me a little bit. Sometimes people go through it for a year. I think they say if you do go to a totally clean diet, that basically it can take about 2 years to detox. Also, I just wanted to say, kind of watch your sugar too. Refined white sugar can be very damaging. It can scar the inside of your veins. It can actually make cholesterol worse, because your body's producing cholesterol to patch up the scarring that the white sugar is doing. Use less sugar. Stay away from the Oreo cookies, or have one just occasionally, you know, everything in moderation. Anything that you feel like needs to be sweetened, there's several things you can do to actually sweeten those things. If you're cooking something that needs sugar in it, you can use dates, you can use maple syrup, you can use other things that are sugary, but they're not going to do the damage of a refined sugar. If you have a choice of maple syrup, and you have a choice of grade A or grade B of maple syrup, get the grade B, because it is less filtered and it has more nutrients in it than the grade A. But just think, after 1 month, you have stopped the death, or you have saved how many animals you have saved. You've saved 31 animals from dying a terrible death, but you have made meat production go down. You have caused a wave that way, along with everybody else. I like to say that's not an individual thing. That's definitely a group effort. Yes, it has been you and everybody else doing what you have been doing. So you save 1 animal per day from being killed, statistically speaking. you have reduced your carbon footprint by 50% just automatically without doing all the other things like turning down the heat, watching where you drive and things like that. By 50%, my friends, that's big, just because of the amount of farmland that it takes to grow an animal. And you have, spiritually speaking, and I usually try not to go there, but spiritually speaking, you have not taken in a lot of negative energies from animals being killed. You're taking in all that fear, all that anxiety that these animals were not grown very well. They were born actually as part of the food chain, saw their brothers and sisters die, saw they're been ripped away from their parents and all that. You are not taking in all that garbage. You're not taking in all that energy. I don't speak much about that, but make no mistake, that's a big one right there. That's just a lot of stuff on your soul, on your conscience that is not there right now because you've eaten plant-based. With that being said, I'm going into work very soon, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Here, funny thing happened to me yesterday. As I was at work, a friend of mine approached me and said there was stuff in the back to eat. That's back in our break room. Anyway, knowing the nature of where it came from, I said, that's probably not vegan. And she said, are you vegan? And I said, yeah, I am. And then she says to me, why are you vegan? And I basically told her that I was vegan for my health. That's where it started. Not going into a huge description of it. And she said, do you think that's helping you? Well, I thought it was an actual question. I didn't realize it was her putting me down. So I started telling her. And as I was talking to her, she picks up her phone and just pretty much looks at her phone and doesn't ever acknowledge me. When you get right down to it, it's kind of funny because people can make all kinds of health choices, but that sort of health choice you do not make without repercussion, I guess, in some people's minds. So who knows, maybe she knew a terrible, nasty vegan at some point and decided that she didn't want to deal with me. I know at one point, it is at work, she's going to have to speak to me. I doubt if she'll speak to me again about my veganism if she hates it that much. But anyway, I'm not out to live life for somebody else. What am I going to do? Pick up a chicken leg to satisfy somebody or to make them feel good within themselves? No, I'm not. So anyway, she's going to have to deal with her stuff and I'll deal with mine. I can't be expected to live my life for others, and I am what I am. That's the way it's got to be. It is kind of funny in a way. It's a funny antidote. This is somebody that I usually get along with very well, but it is what it is. And I am not going to live my life any differently because of somebody else. So anyway, just thought I'd put this in here. Now I'm officially vegan because I have been subject to the animosity. Usually people take it very well. I don't get all kinds of weird comments or anything like that, but finally I met somebody that doesn't take it well. Welcome to the club. Hey folks, just dropping in to let you know that I've been working actually on scheduling my YouTube, scheduling just about everything on my social media because some of it's lacking, some of it's not. But anyway, I'm going to let you know that my new posting date for anything that has to do with YouTube is going to be Monday and Friday, starting with this video and going henceforth until I need to actually work out something else. That gives me 2 days a week to actually get you some good quality video. You guys that have followed me for a while, you know that I've been out of work, but as I am going back to work now, I really want to maintain as much of a quality as I can with these videos, and still give you a good posting, a good something to follow. That's what it's looking like. It's going to be Monday and Friday. That gives me 2 days a week, so I can film, edit, and all the stuff that goes with that. So starting at midnight tonight, I will post this, and going forward, it's going to post Monday and Friday. Maybe not at midnight, maybe at midnight, but keep an eye out Monday and Friday. Thanks, and talk to you later.